Twin Valley Locker Room Show brings you inside Clay Center Tiger football. The Locker Room Show is powered by Pulse Internet. All your devices, one superior connection. And we're joined by two more seniors on our Locker Room Show. We have Cody Carlson with us, Levi Fitzenmeyer, as this Tiger football team gets ready for a swamp meet with the Abilene Cowboys on Friday night. Have you guys talked much about the weather and how you'll deal with things this week?
Not really. Just play it hardest.
Get out there and go, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I understand. So does a big bull run well in the rain and mud? Do you have any idea?
I don't know for sure, but we're going to find out tomorrow night.
You have the electric company, these guys up front putting a charge into the offense, hopefully once again, and we'll make that happen. So let's go back to last week. It's homecoming, exciting week. You guys have won 3 straight, got things working, and then turnovers were a big bugaboo for you guys. You moved the football really well, and you come out with a loss. Disappointing, I understand. So what do you do Monday when you come back and gather together and restart this thing?
Just keep plugging away and get ready for the next week.
Also, I'm guessing some of the things mentioned would be that the goals are still there for what you guys want to do. The league championship's still available. Obviously, the playoffs are just about here. Those things you guys kind of address too?
Yep.
I can imagine. What are the things that you look at as Abilene comes at you guys tomorrow night? What are the things you guys have focused on, maybe on the offensive side of the football? Let's start there.
Well, we've worked on their last week against Chapman. They ran their 7-1 defense. It's kind of odd defense, but we've been working on it, and we're going to go and see what it goes like.
Cody, as far as defense, and by the way, these guys primarily offensive sets early in the season. Both have gotten on the field, and this guy we keep calling the name more and more on the defensive side of the football. What are the things you guys are talking about to stop what Abilene's trying to do?
Just don't let them overpower you on the line.
Are they big again?
On the left side, their guard is 160 pounds, and on the right side, I think he's a little bigger, more physical.
Gotcha. Well, you guys have handled big and small and athletic offensive and defensive lines, I think, really well through this season. The postseason is just about here. Since I haven't really addressed this yet this season on the Locker Room Show, you guys as seniors, a week from tomorrow, you guys are going to be starting district play. Has it hit you that you're dwindling down to those final football Friday nights?
Not really. I just kind of keep my mind right, and, well, I'm still playing football, so.
Stay in the moment.
Yep.
I like that. Levi, for you?
I don't think it's hit me yet, but, I mean, usually things don't hit me until they're done. So I think once the weeks are over, they'll hit me, and I'll realize I'm done.
Let's talk a little bit about Tiger Talk, where we ask a couple of questions, could be about anything, before we get to the props. By the way, you guys are used to props by now, so I'm assuming you know what we're doing there as you watch this. Tiger Talk, we have this weather that's been a monsoon all week long, and I ask if you guys have talked about it in practice. No, just go take care of business is the main thing you want to do. Which Clay Center Tiger, player or coach, is the biggest prima donna when it comes to weather? The biggest crybaby, a cold, rain, that's going to bother him. You have one?
I don't know.
I know that Coach Casper, who I work with, I heard he gets trouble for wearing coats even when it's warm outside. Is that right?
Yeah, kind of.
He showed up a couple days ago with a coat on, and it was still 65, 70 degrees, and so we kind of gave him crap for it, but.
Not the toughest guy in the world. We all know that. We love you, though, Flip. We do. As you guys get set to go on this road trip once again, you've had a chance to be at home with homecoming. Who was the first guy on the dance floor on a homecoming football Friday night? Which Clay Center Tiger is going to bust out the moves before anybody else?
I'd say either Connor or Ant.
Okay. Cody?
Probably the same.
I think we've asked that before last year, and it's got the same answers even as junior class. All right, let's talk about your props. Cody, what do you want to talk about today?
Well, I got my ball cap on. I bought this. It's not the same one, but I bought it at the K-State game when I went with my aunt and uncle one time, and then it fell off my hat when we were hunting one time. My brother decided to shoot it with a shotgun when it was on the ground. So then I got on the internet and found 2 more of them, the same ones. And just a couple weeks ago, the second one I had, my dad finally threw it away because it
was raunchy.
Yeah. So I put the third one on, and I've just keep on wearing it.
When he walked in with it, Coach looks over and goes, "The hat." So it was like anxious to hear the story about the hat. Now we know. Levi, let's talk about this old bull riding thing you got going on.
Well, I brought a saddle. I got it when I was in third grade, and I haven't. No one's really known this, but I like riding horses. On the weekends I'll go Saturday evenings I'll go and just roam around the countryside and the pasture we got out back, and so I really like riding horses, but I haven't really told anyone. So
It's very, very cool. We disclose it here of the Big Bull and maybe the Mad Hatter, Cody Carlson. Guys, let's go get him in Abilene on Friday night, okay? The Twin Valley Locker Room Show and Tiger Football. The Twin Valley Locker Room Show brings you back inside Clay Center Tiger Football as we're joined by the head coach of the Tigers, Todd Rice. Coach, everybody's talking about weather. I'm going to get to that in a second. Let's go ahead and jump into the homecoming game last week. And I know a disappointing night for you guys against the Bulldogs.
It was. I mean, Marysville is a very good football team, and a lot of credit to them and their coaching staff. Just had some unfortunate things happen on our part that we didn't take care of, and I don't know, maybe a little bit. Maybe our guys pressed a little bit at times, and I think maybe they're a little bit trying too hard, and maybe that created some issues too.
It's hard to fault that, of course, as a coach when they're giving maybe a little more than they've even got. But you were in position a few times, and as you said, just some unfortunate things take place. So how do the guys respond from that? You've had a chance to be with them through the week, and I have a feeling I know how they respond, but what's the week been like?
Yeah, I think it's been pretty good. We were able to come in Saturday morning, watch some film, talk about some things, and then, we talked about it a little bit on Monday. And then just like, hey, we don't have time to worry about it. And, one of the old football sayings is don't let a team beat you twice. So, we kind of did some things that hurt ourselves in that game. And, it's on to Abilene. It shouldn't be too hard to get up for them.
The one thing I mentioned to Cody and Levi when I visited with them on the air is also nothing's out of your reach that you wanted to achieve this season. NCKL title still available. District play still coming up. So there's a lot left in the tank for this group.
Absolutely. And, you don't know what could happen. Concordia and Marysville, they could both drop another league game. So the chance to win it outright is there. But, we were in the driver's seat last week, and we still control our own destiny. And so that's all you can ask for.
Let's talk about this Abilene Cowboys team, and I guess we'll sprinkle in the weather, if you will. Have you planned around what happens with weather, or you just deal with it when you get there?
We try to be smart about it. We try to do some wet ball drills in practice. It's raining through the week too, so so we are out in it. Game night, it takes a lot of logistics with trying to have enough game balls, trying to keep them dry, trying to keep a blower on them to keep them dried off, trying to keep all your equipment under canopies or something, and so there's a lot of logistics behind the scene. But like we're talking about again with our guys tonight, it's only going to have an impact and an effect on the team that lets it. It was back in 16, we had the Mud Bowl out here at Unruh, and then went to Concordia at the end of the year. I mean, it is what it is. Control what you can control. I think Abilene, they've dumped a lot of money into their field, so it sounds like their field is in excellent condition. So it's just going to be the wet and the surface to deal with.
The Tigers head into Abilene and in district play a week from this football Friday. It's crazy to think that it's already here. We had a chance to talk Tiger talk with the guys earlier. I mentioned homecoming Friday night, and who would be the first Tiger? Let's go coaches. First Tiger coach on the dance floor at a homecoming.
At a homecoming, probably Coach Casper.
He's getting a lot of pub today, and I don't think he's liking any of it.
Well, if the shoe fits.
Very good. Okay, and the other question is, with all the weather, it's on everybody's mind. I mean, decisions have to be made, and games have to be played, and all those different things. Which Tiger coach, then, is the biggest prima donna when it comes to weather, the biggest complainer about any kind of weather?
I think we might have a changing of the guard on that. Coach Johnston looked like the Michelin Man going out to practice last night. I didn't know how much bubble wrap he could get on, so I think we might have a new person on that role.
All right. he's stepping up.
Yes.
In a manner of speaking, I guess. Coach, we really do appreciate the time. Good luck this Friday
All
night.
right. Thanks a lot.
Tiger football on the Twin Valley Locker Room Show.